Okay, so you're carrying a lot for sure because this is the 10 of Wands. Okay, so you're carrying a lot. It's almost like you have these really distinct plans and you're just kind of wanting to push forward with those plans, but you just feel like things are just not moving along and things are really heavy for you. But this does mean you have a lot of potential to manifest some really wonderful things. I mean, you have everything in your arsenal that you need, but it does just seem heavy and hard to push forward. So this is definitely something that I can see that's like in your way. And I'm also just checking over here. This card also relates to like stress and exhaustion and just too many burdens and things like that. So I am feeling also like you kind of feel contained at the moment, and or that somehow life just seems to be throwing you a lot of responsibilities and it's getting stressful and burdensome. Maybe your routine is off from what you had been what you normally do, and it seems to be creating a situation where you're not as able to get as much stuff done as you would like. So that's kind of that's sort of restlessness I'm feeling. You're like, let's just get on with it. I want to get back to my normal routine. So then let's take a look at the next card, which is going to be like the root of your question and an underlining base that is something that's maybe unconscious what is going on as well right now. So let's take a look. The Magician. Okay, so again, but we have the Magician upside down. This card is telling me that, you know, you have a lot of talents, a lot of abilities, but it's also saying that it's right now you're off your game, like you're not able to use your resources properly at this time, and that's really, you know, disheartening. But I think that once we get through this reading, I think that you're going to find that this has been very helpful and it's going to get you past this, because the root of the problem right now is this suppressed energy. It's just like you're feeling kind of caged right now, and you know that your performance could be so much more than it is right now. So you're definitely feeling a lot of restlessness. That's what I'm getting from this. And also, I'm just going to check over here because this is not my typical deck. I am familiar with these, but I want to make sure that I cover everything that could possibly be going on. So this was upside down. So it's just it says scattered energy, wasting resources, and unfulfilled potential. So that's exactly what I just said. It's you're just really ready to get on with things, and it's not happening for you just yet. But I feel like I'm going to have a couple of future cards here that's going to help you really transform here in May. So let's just see. Let's just keep moving on here. And now we're going to look at the recent past that is affecting the present for you, okay, which is going to be this card here, the Star card. So, and it's also upright for you. This is telling me that you always shine. You always have a lot of energy to give. You maybe were starting on something in the past that you really felt like was a great, fantastic idea, something that was really going to propel you forward financially, gain your respect, also provide. I feel like you're having this issue where you want to provide. So you have been the star in the past, and this is really difficult for you right now because you're not feeling like yourself. You're not feeling like you can put as much out there, and it's just really stifling and it's causing restlessness. So now this next card that we're coming to is going to be the card that is like a possible outcome. So this is really where the nitty gritty is coming in. Like what do we want to see for you in the month of May? Like, is there going to be some kind of change? Are you going to have a breakthrough? Is something really going to happen for you? So let's take a look and see what's going on. Okay, well, you've got the Hermit card, but it is upside down. Okay, so where you have been isolating right now in you know, I don't know if your situation is you're isolating. You could be someone who's out there actually on the front lines, who's helping other people. It could also be that, but whatever it is, you went into some sort of reflection, or you quarantined, or you went into some sort of isolation. But this card is in reverse, so it means to me that you're coming out of it. Okay, so you're going to be coming out of this situation in May. There's going to be something clicks where you're able to still put your ideas out there, still get some work done, still be able to connect with people. You're going to figure it out because you have all of this wonderful, beautiful star energy here, and you have this magician energy. So it's telling me that you're going to find a way to break through. You're going to find a way to let the sun shine out, okay? Because this card is upside down. Now I'm going to just check for the Hermit and in reverse and see what else I could add to that for you guys. And it says, that you could be feeling, stuck, and that's what we've been talking about. I mean, that is how you feel stuck, and you feel isolated, and you want to get out of it. And there's loneliness involved with this. So you just need to know that this is going to come to an end in May to some extent. I'm not saying to a full extent because the card is in reverse. But that means to me, that means you're coming out of it. Okay. And then I'm just going to check over here and let's see. So you've gone within already, and you've gone and you've got your clarity. So this is a card of going inward. So I feel like you've already done that. So that's my interpretation for you. Okay, Aries, that you've already gone into yourself, and you're just waiting and raring and ready to go. Okay. Now, what kind of future influence is going to push you along to this? I'm calling it a breakthrough now. I feel like it's definitely a breakthrough. So we're going to see, it's the Ace of Pentacles, okay? And it's upright for you, the Ace of Pentacles. So something is going to be presented to you, or you're going to stumble upon something that is going to be kind of your ace in the hole as to how you're going to get yourself back out there. I'm feeling that it's probably some sort of social media connection that you're going to be making that is also going to propel you forward. Like maybe in the past you haven't really used all of your social media resources as well as you could have because you're so used to meeting people face to face or talking to them face to face, and getting your ideas out there and performing, doing hands-on things. And so maybe you haven't really thought about talking to people through WhatsApp, or maybe you do a little bit, but you're not really reaching far. And I feel like the more you reach out, the more opportunities are going to present themselves. Or what I'm really feeling is that there's something you're trying to channel. Yeah, that's definitely like a feeling I'm getting. There's something you're trying to put out there, something you're trying to channel, and this tells me that you're going to be able to do it. Okay, you're going to find this way to break through. You can see this hand like coming out of the cloud. It's like you're finding a way to break through. So far, I'm really loving this reading. I think May is going to be really good for you. I'm also just looking real quick to see if there's anything important here that I want to stress for you. Well, on May the 7th, there's going to be a full moon in Scorpio. So Scorpios are very determined, and if there's a full moon in Scorpio, then that means that you are going to have a revelation, if you will, of some way to progress. And your determination is just going to spike. And you're going to look up at the moon on May 7th, and you're going to say, I have this, I can do this. And your intuition is just going to start flowing. Like you need to really channel that Scorpio energy, okay? And then we're going to have on May 22nd, a new moon in Gemini. So maybe this is what's going to happen on May 22nd is when you start really using that social media, you start really getting out there. You're using that Gemini communication. You're a messenger. You're a messenger of goods and services. And I mean, these are the things that I'm feeling right now. There's some sort of breakthrough that's going to happen. And I would say that maybe it would have something to do with that new moon in Gemini, okay? So that's really good. All right, so next we have what is it in yourself that you need to amplify, and describing your ideas and your strengths and your weaknesses. And, let's just see like what performance what self strength do you need to portray? That's kind of where I'm getting with this. What strength or what weakness you need to overcome. Okay, so that's the card that we're doing right now. Okay, the King of Wands. Okay, so we saw that this is also upright for you. So we saw this where you were carrying all those wands, and you just need to kind of lay down the wands and just pick that one wand that's going to get you to where you want to be, and just focus on that. Laser focus on the one thing you think is going to further you along or help you achieve something, and forget about some of the other stuff for right now, okay? Because it sounds like you have a lot of burdens on you and it's hard to do everything. So just calm down and do that one thing and stand in your power. We have the King of Wands here. He's really able to manifest a lot of things. And I'm just going to check over here too what else we want to say. Yeah, he's charming, he has courage, he has power, he's a bold leader. So all of those are your strengths. So this tells me that, there's not a lot of weakness in you going on. It sounds like it's a lot of strength, and you just need to, fasten yourself in and move forward, and because you have it under control, and you know what that best idea is. You already know. Okay. So that restlessness you feel is because you haven't right now just really put you full force into this one thing that is the best thing for you. Okay, so that's definitely, it's reading, it's definitely unfolding in front of me. And the feelings that I feel for this restlessness are starting to dissipate. I feel more from you now, like an energy trying to break through again. So the next thing is your environment, and let's see, the opinions of your friends and your relatives and your circumstances and the influence of others. So how's your environment or the influence of others going to make or break you in this situation, okay? And so this is a really good thing to know, because you may feel stifled at this point, and it could be your environment instead of you. So let's just check and see if that's the truth. Okay, so this card is upright for you, and yes, we have the Five of Cups right here, the Five of Cups. All right, so this is telling me right now that these are missed opportunities down here, and it's like things in your life. This more has to do with you. I feel like what I'm getting is that there's disappointments in your mind, and it could be that you thought that someone else was either disappointed in you at some point, but it's fictitious. It's something in your mind, but you're not grabbing the positive energy from the people in your environment. You're sort of just undervaluing yourself and undervaluing what you have accomplished so far. So I feel like what you want to do is try to have your environment, think of it in a different way. Think of people having your back all the time, no matter whether it's true or not. Sometimes you have to just believe it to manifest better things, because you could miss a lot of confidence coming out of you if you are thinking that other people aren't seeing your value. And I think that's what it is that you're not seeing your own value, but you're also believing that other people aren't seeing your value either. So that's making you feel even less valuable. So don't do that. Make sure that you pull positive energy. If someone says something off and you perceive it in a negative way, just remember that it may not be the way you think that you should perceive it. Like, there's some instincts that go in with these things, but at the same time, maybe it's better for you to communicate and find out the real truth. Maybe put yourself out there a little bit and let people brag about you just a little, okay? So that you feel a little bit better, all right? Because people do have your back more than you think. And that's exactly what I feel from this card here. But I am going to check and just see if there's anything else I need to tell you. So it was upright, and it's the Five of Cups, obviously, and loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned and unloved. Okay, so that makes sense. This is the impression you're getting from people around you, but it's not true. Like, you have to let go of that. I'm sure you have some fans out there, and I would start by reaching out to the people you feel like they that really like you the most, and start up a conversation with them, and then move on from there to like older wounds, or other people who you're kind of on the fence about how they feel about you. But right now, I feel like there's definitely a room for more connections in your life, for sure. Okay, that was a pretty deep card right there. All right, so this next card is your hopes and fears, and we're going to find out what your hopes and fears are. And that's obviously going to be something for hopes that you want to, sort of hitch your trailer to, and the fears you want to figure out how to release those. Okay, so let's just find out what's going on. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and that one is also upright for you. So I feel like you're hoping that you also maybe meet someone with your same values, and someone who's honorable. And also, maybe if you have this fear that you never will meet someone honorable, because that's the feeling that I'm getting, or that the person that you're with, you don't feel sort of connected to them. Maybe there's a bit of distrust on some level. So I think that what you really want to do is understand that you will find someone who's trustworthy, someone who's honorable, someone who is willing to, see eye to eye with you financially, because, we're talking about the pentacles here, and see for them to put forth effort like you do is really important to you right now. I can see that coming from this card. All right, so let's see what else we have here for the Knight of Pentacles in an upright position for this card. The Knight of Pentacles is going to be a reliable person, patience and hard work. Yep. So this is your hopes, but this is also your fear. Your fear is that you'll never find this person. So don't worry, because the card did show up for you. So there is a universal understanding, and they got your back. So they know that this is upright and it's going to happen. Okay. So don't worry. All right. So this last card is going to be the outcome and the resolution and the culmination of the choices and the actions that you're going to be taking in May. Okay. So all of your actions in May. And then I'm just going to look after I pull that card to see if I can see some energies from the planets that might be helping you along or dictating you in this situation, or pushing you towards a positive outcome. Okay. So, all right. So we have, it's upside down, and it's the Two of Swords right there. Okay, so the Two of Swords upside down is confusion and indecision and overload, and also compromise. So this is saying, this is more of a warning, if you will. Like, you're going to have to find a way to come out of indecision. And I think it has to do with finding that one thing, that wand. Like, for some reason, you may feel stuck on what it is that you truly need to do. Maybe it's even like life purpose. And if that's the case for you, I want you to please, send me an email at askjenniferwinters.com, and we can kind of go through that, see if there's another reading, something where we can expand on this to see if you're confused about that one thing that you need to start on. And so, yeah, you shouldn't be confused. Like, I feel like whatever it is, it should stand out to you pretty, it just should stand out. I don't know why I need to add anything to that. So yeah, that is, don't let this card, you want this card, to be upright so that you can discern. I mean, when she's blindfolded like this, she's trying to figure out, it's like she can't see the forest from the trees. She's trying to figure out what to do next. And I think that if you just meditate for a little while or either contact me for a reading, then I'll definitely see if we can kind of hash through this.